Orion and the Dark Shadows in the Night. In a quiet town nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, a young boy named Orion lived with a heart full of curiosity and an imagination that soared beyond the stars. However, Orion had one fear that overshadowed his adventurous spirit: the dark. This is the tale of how Orion faced his fear and discovered the wonders hidden within the shadows. Orion loved to explore the world around him during the day. He would spend hours in the fields, chasing butterflies, and climbing trees to catch a glimpse of the distant mountains. But as the sun dipped below the horizon, a sense of dread would wash over him. The dark, with its unknowns and unseen creatures, filled his heart with fear. Every creak of the house, every rustle of the leaves outside his window, seemed to be the whisper of something ominous. To keep the darkness at bay, Orion surrounded himself with light. His room was adorned with night lights, and his bedside table was piled with books and toys to distract him from the encroaching shadows. Despite his parents' reassurances that there was nothing to fear, Orion couldn't shake the feeling that the dark was hiding something sinister. One evening, as Orion was preparing for bed, his grandmother visited and handed him a small, ornate lamp. "This lamp," she said with a twinkle in her eye, "is special. It will guide you through the dark and help you see the beauty in what you fear." The lamp was unlike any other Orion had seen, with intricate designs etched into its golden surface and a soft, warm glow emanating from within. Skeptical but intrigued, Orion placed the lamp on his bedside table. That night, as he lay in bed, he found himself mesmerized by its gentle light. The shadows in his room seemed less threatening, and the usual creaks and rustles began to sound more like a lullaby. For the first time in a long while, Orion drifted off to sleep without the weight of fear pressing down on him. In the middle of the night, Orion was awakened by a soft humming sound. Rubbing his eyes, he saw the lamp glowing brighter than ever. As he reached out to touch it, a gentle voice whispered, "Come, Orion. It's time to face your fear." The room began to shift and transform around him, the walls melting away to reveal a vast, starry sky. Orion found himself standing at the edge of a dark forest, the lamp now floating beside him, guiding his way. Trembling but determined, Orion took his first steps into the forest. The trees, tall and ancient, cast long shadows that danced in the lamp's glow. As he walked, he began to notice that the darkness was not as menacing as he had imagined. The leaves rustling in the breeze sounded like a soothing melody, and the night air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers. Deeper into the forest, Orion encountered creatures he had never seen before. Luminescent fireflies flitted around him, creating patterns of light in the dark. A gentle, glowing owl perched on a branch, its eyes reflecting the lamp's light with a wisdom that seemed to pierce through Orion's fear. Tiny, fairy-like beings emerged from the underbrush, their wings shimmering in the darkness. One of the fairies, a mischievous but kind-hearted creature named Lyra, approached Orion. "Welcome to the night forest, Orion," she said. "We have been waiting for you." With Lyra and the other creatures as his guides, Orion explored the forest, discovering hidden ponds that mirrored the stars above and ancient trees that whispered tales of old. The dark, once a source of terror, now seemed like a world of magic and wonder. As Orion's journey continued, he reached the heart of the forest, where the darkness was most profound. Here, even the lamp's light seemed to struggle against the thick shadows. Lyra explained that this place was where all fears resided, and to truly overcome his fear, Orion had to confront the darkness head-on. Orion took a deep breath and stepped into the pitch-black clearing. At first, his fear surged, but he remembered the friends he had made and the beauty he had seen. With each step, he whispered to himself, "The dark is just another part of the world, not something to fear." Slowly, his eyes adjusted, and he began to see shapes and forms in the darkness. In the center of the clearing stood a towering figure, the guardian of the dark. It was a majestic being, neither frightening nor malevolent, but rather a protector of the night. The guardian's eyes glowed with a soft, comforting light, and its presence exuded a sense of peace. "Why do you fear me, Orion?" the guardian asked. I am here to protect and reveal the beauty that can only be seen in the dark. Orion realized that his fear was not of the darkness itself but of the unknown. The guardian showed him visions of nocturnal animals, night-blooming flowers, and celestial wonders that thrived in the absence of light. The night was not an enemy, but a realm of its own, full of life and mystery. With this newfound understanding, Orion felt his fear melt away as dawn approached. Orion found himself back in his room, the enchanted lamp still glowing softly beside him. The fear that once gripped his heart was gone, replaced by a sense of awe and respect for the night. He looked out of his window, watching the first light of morning chase away the shadows, and smiled. The dark was no longer a foe but a friend, a world to explore and cherish. Orion's newfound courage and understanding inspired those around him. He shared his story with friends and family, helping others to face their own fears of the dark. His room, once filled with night lights, now housed the single enchanted lamp, a symbol of his journey and triumph. Years passed, and Orion's love for exploration only grew. He became an astronomer, studying the stars and the mysteries of the universe. Each night, as he gazed through his telescope, he remembered his journey through the night forest and the lessons he learned. The darkness, once a source of fear, had become a canvas of infinite possibilities. Orion's story became a legend in his town, inspiring generations to embrace the unknown and seek the beauty hidden within their fears. The enchanted lamp, passed down through the years,